You know what, Todd? I am not surprised. And funny, when we were in the commercial break, I have some new numbers for you that just broke. The film has actually made $211 million US. That's roughly 292 million Canadian. And I am not surprised that it's done so well. You know, it has two huge stars in Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman. The writing is amazing. The cameos are amazing. The action sequences are incredible. So I'm not shocked. I absolutely love the film. Did you see it? I assume you saw it because I know you're a fan.
I have not seen it yet. I know I had family visiting, so I still have to see it. But I've heard from everybody that it's like amazing and it like blew them away.
Yeah, and what I will say for people is, you know, Marvel kind of has been leaking out some of the cameos. Go into this not reading about it. You don't know who the cameos are, don't know who the surprises are. But I will say, when you watch the film, just pay attention because there's so many different Easter eggs and so many cameos that you might miss something.
I know you were talking about 211 million. Internationally, we're adding another 233 million, give or take. So, we're closing in on $500 million on the opening weekend. What do you think resonated this time around? Because as you know, Marvel Studios has had a rough couple of years. A lot of critics who have said they've lost their mojo. The magic formula that worked for so long is not working the way it used to. But this is a totally different kind of film for Marvel. I mean, it used to be part of the Fox franchise, right, with all those X-Men movies, and now it's part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You know, the thing that really sets this film apart from the other Marvel films, is really Canada's own Ryan Reynolds. There is no one like Ryan Reynolds because he has that kind of self-deprecating humor and he just likes to have fun and he's not afraid to go there. Like, you'll notice there are some jokes in this film that go there. And Ryan was one of the writers on the film, you know, jokes that make fun of Hugh Jackman, jokes that make fun of other people. And another thing that people love about this film is the merch, Todd, because guess what I have right here? I've got the popcorn bucket that they gave us. God, I feel so weird doing a live hit holding this thing next to me. But yeah, you know, the merch, people are going crazy for it. So this film can do no wrong. Oh yeah, that's a picture that I took at the screening the other night.
Does it actually have a tongue inside of Wolverine's mouth?
Yes. Yeah. Hold on. Let me wait. Can you see?
I
Can you see the
can.
tongue? See? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's a tongue there, Todd. Marvel went there, and you know it's cool because I like that they're not afraid to go there. And this film also tackles all kinds of things. I don't want to give too much away, but it goes there. But it's not for kids. I will say this is a hard R, not for kids.
Hey, I also hear that, so speaking of that merchandise, some people were going into theaters, Andrew, and buying a bunch of those ones, the Wolverine ones you got and the Deadpool ones, in order to be able to like resell them, aftermarket.
I have heard that. Now, I have not seen how much they're going for, but now you are giving me an idea, Todd, that I might need to put this up on eBay because, you know, maybe I can retire off this thing.
Okay, let me ask you as well, the other big news from Marvel this weekend, Robert Downey Jr. So he played Iron Man in many different Marvel films. He decided not to pursue the role. I don't want to give spoilers away, but, the character arc came to an end. Now we hear that he's going to be coming back in a new Avengers movie, but as a bad guy, an Avengers movie called Avengers Doomsday, which comes out in 2 years. So what the heck's going on here?
Yeah, so this was announced at Comic-Con. As you can see, that was where Robert Downey Jr. was revealed to play Doctor Doom, which is going to be the villain in the Avengers Doomsday film coming out in 2026. He'll also appear in Avengers Secret Wars coming out in 2027. The films are directed by the Russo brothers, who directed the original Avengers films. And, Marvel, this is the second phase, actually not the second phase, but this is the new iteration of the MCU. Fantastic Four is going to come out. Thunderbolts is going to come out. So we're going to see all new people, all new actors portraying certain roles in the MCU. And of course, Robert Downey Jr. is the consummate Marvel actor. The fans went absolutely wild down at Comic-Con. I cannot wait to see him as Doctor Doom.
And we should point out that originally Marvel's plan, as you know, was to have Jonathan Majors play the villain Kang. And, they had a whole, series of movies that were going to come out. It was called Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. Then he obviously ran afoul of the law. There were a lot of, bad news stories involving him. And the way he behaved with, partners and whatnot. And so that was the end of him and his connection to Marvel Studios. And here we have a new film called Doomsday with a new villain, and Robert Downey Jr. will be playing the villain.
Yeah, exactly. So Doomsday essentially is replacing the Kang dynasties. And now we know that the Russo brothers are back at the helm. So the Russos, Disney's pulling out the big guns for this. This thing ain't going to be cheap, Todd. So I can't wait. I was curious to see what they were going to do with Kang. Obviously, we're not going to see that because of Major's legal issues. But you know what? I'll settle for Robert Downey Jr. I think he's okay in my book.
Hey, any idea how you go from being sort of a big hero, Iron Man who saves the universe, and then a couple of films later, suddenly you're like this bad guy?
I've been looking on X, and a lot of the fans are, they're torn because they love Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and then they're not sure they can disassociate and now see him as, Doctor Doom. But you know what? It's called show business for a reason, Todd. It's part of the business. They're actors. They can play any role, especially Robert Downey Jr. So I think he can pull it off. People will be upset at first, but he'll do the job.
I have a feeling it's going to involve alternate universes in which he's a bad guy in one of them.
And also, who knows? Maybe they'll bring Iron Man back. I don't know.
Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for doing this.